Hello, 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 hello. Hopefully. Nada, es que pues ahora ya perdimos a toda la gente que teníamos ahí lista. A ver si ya volveré a entrar. Pero necesito yo ver acá esta madre.
What?
A ver, a ver, a ver. Ahora sí.
Okay, yeah. Are we on?
A ver, déjame ver. Testing, testing.
Are we on? Are we on? One, two, three. Everyone, hello.
Yeah,
One.
I think they can hear you now. Okay, so
Oh,
let's go back and rewind.
okay, welcome back to Thunder Rosa, Thunder Nights. We are having the time of our lives with this technology. What I was saying, I was not. This show is not for me to speak about professional wrestling, but to have a conversation about things that I like, things that I watch, things that happen during the week on the non sports. Well, it could be sports too, but not wrestling. And my co-host is Tony Allen.
Hi,
Tony,
everybody. How's everybody doing for the second time? They already
I
heard my
hope.
intro, so we're gonna skip mine. I'm
Yeah,
glad
so
that
I think
everybody is back on the chat right now. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate that.
there is two things that I want to talk about today, at least for me. That
Okay.
is The Last of Us and the 90s show. And I have a lot to say about the 90s show. Tony heard a mouthful of me this evening, but also I want to go over the win of Mario Brandon Moreno, yo Mario Moreno,
Mario Moreno.
Cantinflas. Mario
Wrong,
Moreno.
wrong Mexican, both great though.
Yes. So I want to talk about that and what happened because it reminded me of a scene from GCW, but this one with thousands and thousands and thousands of people in Brazil. And then we're gonna talk about the NFL championship games that are coming up,
Yeah.
and
F yeah. Can I curse
some
on
of
this?
the
No, we're gonna get
no, you're gonna get
demonetized.
flagged.
Yeah.
And then we might do some predictions for the Oscars. So that's
Well,
so far.
on that,
Well, yes.
um, on the Oscar thing, I didn't realize when I was writing this that this is how busy we've been. That tomorrow they're going to present the nominees tomorrow at 8 a.m. in the morning. So, um,
Well,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be looking at who the f gets nominated because you know what, I got some mom things to do tomorrow morning,
Well, that's
and
what you
since
have me for. I'm
yeah,
gonna wake up really early and have a cup of coffee. I cannot have coffee anymore. That's another story. We'll talk about that later.
I
But
didn't drink coffee today, believe it or not.
you didn't
Today
drink
and I
coffee
and
today? Wow.
no, and I had a really heavy day. For all those who started their
I'm
Monday on the
drinking
left,
tea right now. Look
I'm
at
drinking
this.
tea too. I'm drinking Moringa organic tea. It's one of my favorites. If you ever had it, uh, Moringa with honey, it's really good.
All
And
right.
who got me on Moringa was introduced by Edward James Olmos last year at
Oh.
the New York City
Yeah, I
Con.
remember. I remember that conversation. Yeah, you told
Yes,
me
I
that
talked
right
to him.
after.
Talking about movies. He's one of those guys that I really enjoy his movies. I really enjoy what he's doing. If you haven't checked him out, go online, check him out. He has a program in California for kids in high school or middle school for
Right, right.
movies. So they create their own movies and stuff. So I wish I would have gone to that, honestly. I would have
Wow.
been a
I
movie
wish
star by
to.
now. But
I would be so ahead right now what I have to do as a filmmaker. But
yes, so we are, handed some cards and that's what we deal with.
yeah, now I'm
Uh
having a hard time with Streamlabs. Streamlabs, get your stuff together, please. Let's fix this issue. We've been on it for like a week, so yeah. Shout
yeah,
out to
like last week
Streamlabs.
last week we were on it for about an hour after we said we were going to have this live and nothing happened.
And
So,
nothing happened.
instead of complaining, guys, make sure that you share this video, like, and also tip your peeps right here. We are, as you know, this last weekend was my dad's birthday,
It
and
was great.
it was like a quinceañera, guys. I organ. I was the one who organized quinceañera, right? Or sweet 16.
Sweet 16,
Uh,
yes.
so last year I worked extremely hard on signings and stuff like that. So I saved some money and I was able to get my dad a really good gift that he's gonna need for a long time. He got a nice ride. So I'm
You
happy
got
that I
some
was able to provide.
wheels
He got some wheels, and
with
I'm happy that I was.
22s. No, they're
But
10s, but they're nice.
yes, but I want to thank all of you guys, each and every single one of you that you know was on Patreon, on Brand Army, that came to the signings, all that. Like with this, I was able to provide for my family, and this is not this type of stuff that I put on social media, but
Yeah,
I just want to
I
thank.
was actually very surprised because that when I saw it, I mean, you sent it to me, and we were like texting during the thing, which señor Mario Rosa, feliz cumpleaños. No le pude because you were partying
Yeah,
too hard, so I couldn't say. It. But yeah, I was very surprised, but it was really nice. It was a really nice thing. It was Mario Odyssey, which I was like, I thought like you would think that you will go with the classic Mario from like Nintendo, right? But
no, it was the girl that made the cake. She made it like that.
all
So
right, all right, all right.
in the cake, I so mad. I'm trying to like cut on carbs and stuff, and because I want to eat birria and I want to eat some of the stuff,
Oh
I
man,
had
don't
to
start.
sacrifice eating either one of the other, and I ate birria that my cousin Lisette. Shout out to my cousin Lisette from San Diego. She made it was a hit. That shit was good. I'm sorry, that was good. I don't know if you ever had birria, guys, but if you ever in San Diego and you want a good birria maker, call my cousin. She's the one that you need to call, and she'll make birria for 20 people. Very affordable, delicious, like best birria you ever had in your life.
For 1 second, I thought you were going to go with and say Kemaka. I don't know what.
Chemical.
Kemaka,
Chemical.
Kemana,
Okay,
Kemaka.
before okay,
No,
I
no, let's
mean,
not get
yes,
distracted.
no, I am
Oh my
going to
god,
say
that was my
this.
mistake. I'm
I
sorry.
am going to say this. I don't know if you guys are into like the Edgar memes or the Edgar
Well, maybe you
videos.
should explain to them
All right,
what the Edgar
so
means are.
maybe later Tony's gonna do a reel or a short on this one.
I will.
So the Edgar haircut is very popular here in Texas, and it has become really popular for the last probably 2.5 years.
Yeah, something
One
like
of my
that.
Yeah, one of my dear friends from Las Vegas got me hooked to Fool's Gone Wild, and he talked about Edgar. So I didn't know what an Edgar was until I saw it with my own eyes. I was at celebration last year for November 2nd, Dia de los Muertos, and there was a quinceañera with chemical, all
Kemaka.
the chemical, all the 10 kids that were in that quinceañera, all los chambelanes, all of them had bowl haircuts. Like they put a bowl in and then they cut their hair and then
We got a tacuache on the chat right now. Ernesto's
tacuache.
like real tacuache quema no quema. Was the first one to say. He was the first one to say that.
So if you have a friend like that,
I'm
and,
sorry
and
for
this could
you.
be no, and this could be something that you guys can discuss amongst yourselves from the different generation. What would you rather have? A cousin that looks like a cholo or a cousin that looks like a tacuache? Chemical.
Kimaka. Uh, uh, I don't know exactly what happened. I was. I think I was running earlier today, and somebody just became a member. Sheldon Jackson, thank you very much for joining
Thank
us
you so much.
as a member on the channel. And they were have and my girlfriend Monica, she sent me a reel about a girl explaining to other generations what does the kemaka mean. I was like, oh, we have lost it. We have lost this battle already.
Yeah. No, this is some serious stuff. Like every generation has their thing. Right now is the Edgars, and some people are saying that Edgar is like a racist word, whatever.
Come on.
I don't
Well,
know. I'm
well,
I'm just leaving like that.
it's I don't know. It's every generation has their own thing, but every time I don't know. I'm feeling older and older as we. Well, but let's go to the NFL. Let's talk about what
Okay.
happened on the NFL. So
Give me
we
cut.
had we had some like really good games, but then like it seems like history repeats itself at every playoff game. We had the Dallas Cowboys losing in a super weird play the last couple of seconds, just like last year. So now we have the Bengals versus Kansas City. I guess everybody knows who I'm picking on that one. And then we have San Francisco and the Eagles on the national conference. So who are you picking on this one? Who do you think that is gonna go to the Super Bowl and be the sideshow for Rihanna?
It was the Bengals and the Kansas City in
Yes,
the Niners
Niners
and what?
and the Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles.
I just hope it's the Eagles and the Bengals.
Really? Wow. Yeah, that's cold hearted. You know, I have family in Kansas City. Thank you. No. Well, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be very honest. Like, I love the Chiefs, and but they had our number last year, and Mahomes got his leg like destroyed, and then he was very, very, very upset about that. He was on the sidelines. He was almost crying, and he wasn't cursing though, because he's like a very respectful kind of dude. So he
Yeah.
wasn't really like "f that, let me in." He was like, "No way," He really felt like he could still play, but he was limping. But then again, the dude only show up to the game, and the Chiefs still won. So that's a thing to consider in your bets. That's all I gotta say.
Well, for all of those who bet on them Cowboys, I read an article this afternoon that somebody bet $2 million on the Cowboys,
I think
and
his
he
name is
lost.
Mattress Mike.
He
Um,
lost all his money.
well,
So if
but
I
he
was you,
doesn't really lose. You know what he does? This is what he does. He bets on a team,
mhm.
but then on his advertisement, he says that uh, if the other team loses, then all he's gonna give back all the money from the furniture store that he has. So it's a win-win for him. And then I'm pretty sure that he can claim that as tax. So
What the fuck? I don't know. I just be very careful in this and the playoffs and betting your money. Bet it right.
yes,
I know that if
yes.
you really love your team, whatever, bet your money right and stop playing games. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, yeah, that's well, so you're going with Bengals. Thunder Roses is choosing Bengals and Eagles. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
All right, all right. Let's move on. Let's talk about your new favorite show, That 90s Show.
All right. Let's start with like who watch from the people are on the chat who watch that 70 shows. I would like to see a count of hands who
Um,
watched it.
well, well, I think they're a little behind, so we're gonna have to wait for them to answer.
Okay. Well,
Who watched the original one, and who is now um who watched the new show, like, because that's how I got into that, because of nostalgia. Thank you, damn 5271, for those $20. I really appreciate it. He says,
oh
"Love
my
you,
God,
Thunder
thank
Rosa."
you. No, it's guys, it's seriously like we're gonna do more of this more consistently.
Sheldon
All the
Jackson just said, "Gotta go Bengals versus 49ers. Joe Burrow is the
what?
dude."
If that no Bengals versus no
Let
no
me
not 49ers. No, no, no,
and
no.
always
You
beat
must like
Mahomes.
Bailey. He must like Bailey so much.
Oh
I
my
swear to
God, this
God.
got this got crazy for a second here. He's 3-0 against KC. I think the 49ers defense is gonna beat up Jalen Hurts and his hurt shoulder. Wow, that's mean, bro. That's I mean, it's real, but it's a little mean there.
Uh, and one thing I will have to say,
So
I'm
you don't
actually
like
looking.
you don't like the Niners? What
No, man.
didn't you go to
Okay,
school
I'm not.
there? What the hell?
No, I didn't go to San Francisco. I went to Berkeley. I didn't go to the Raiders game because it was dangerous.
Oh
In the
my
night.
God.
But there's a difference with the fans with I mean, I might get canceled, but I don't know. Like the 49ers fans have like an air about them. I don't know if I can if,
Go to stock
if
up? Is that
that
what you're
makes
saying?
sense. Yes. a
Well, they
little bit.
have Silicon Valley, right? Am I wrong? I don't know
Well,
much about
yeah,
this.
because they're not in San Francisco. They were in
Yeah, they're
Candlestick
not.
Park.
No.
That's the original park I went to before they
Yeah, yeah.
tore it down.
I did went to that one. I went to a Raiders game as a Chiefs fan. In like 90. Oh my God, 98.
Where in Oakland?
Yes, I'm insane. You know, it started raining and we had to put plastic. We took the plastic bags out of the trash cans and put it on our feet because the water was rising up. Yeah, this was like 98, and yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I went there with Brian, and we were wearing
Oh,
Texan.
that's not a good
Yeah, we
idea.
had to cover it up after the game was over
I
because we
mean, we
lost.
didn't wear jerseys. We don't want to die. We
No,
just
we did that. We were like, well, what's gonna happen? What's the least that can happen, right? And yeah, it didn't went well, but
Okay, so people did watch the show, the 70s show.
mhm.
Mike McDermott and Timothy Olsen watched it. Pepe Potet, you gotta teach me with that how do you pronounce your name. Um, so they did watch it. However, not a
Mhm.
lot of people watched the. They did had an 80s show. They had right after, but it got canceled on the first season. I don't think they make it six episodes.
Okay,
Uh,
so this one disclaimer, I might give you, you know, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Okay,
you had a weekend to watch.
I sit right now on my sofa that is very comfortable, and I'm sitting because his guy told me to watch the show, right? So I'm watching. 5 minutes in, cool, like that, the grandma, the dad, the mom were there. That was really cool. Then you see what's his name, the dad now.
Tougher Grace. Yeah, yes. Eric Foreman. Yeah,
Eric and
yeah.
and his wife were there, and then there's this like really awkward looking girl that is a daughter, right? Oh, go and play some hoops, you know. I don't know, man. I know I understand it's the 90s, but if this show it seems like a very family oriented show, which is cool. That, well, I'm gonna say the positive first. That I like, right, in certain aspects. But then it comes with the overly acted stuff, and I'm like, this is 10 minutes in, and I'm tuning off. I'm like, one of the big difference between the 90s shows and the 70s shows is that the people that they scouted and they had for these characters were very charismatic and like
Yes.
and another thing, I don't know if they already acted in like really and the big and bigger no, yeah, they did movies and stuff, so you
Well,
can see
I
they were
don't. I
well.
haven't. If you look at the resume, they don't really have that much before. But then again, some of them are. One thing that I gotta say, and this is a thing that is a positive, is that the original cast from the '70s show, they were almost in their 20s, and these kids are actual kids. That's the only thing
No,
that I
they,
gotta say.
yeah, they are. And like I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, I want to like this show because when you see the old characters coming in, it's like, you know, of course they're already made people, but I'm like,
Right.
and then whoever you can find who wrote the show, I was like, literally, there was a couple lines. I was like, who wrote this shit? Like, who wrote this?
Well,
Like no.
the biggest issue that I had with the show was that although it's set in the 90s and you have 90s stuff, the house still looks the same. It looks like 20 years didn't happen on the house, so everything still the same. Like they didn't get a microwave, and you know what I mean. Like everything looks the same. But the
Hey, no, but sometimes that happens, man. Like
yeah,
the
but
grandmas and grandpas, they take care of their stuff, and the house did not change.
but
I can tell you that when I went house hunting, there was one that looked like the 1950s and it smelled like the 1950s.
but my problem is some of the dialogues and some of the issues they're talking about are current, and they're too direct current. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like these kids are worried about stuff that I was worried about in the 90s, because these kids are supposed to be my age when I was in 95. So yeah, I didn't feel that I felt the nostalgia for the show that I watched and not for the era that I live, which is very, I don't know. I felt awkward. That's the thing.
And maybe also I don't remember. I think I skipped the intro song. That was like one of the bigger like
Oh,
big things.
the first episode doesn't have the intro song.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I
Because
was
the
like,
original one didn't have actually the first episode is a mirror of the original episode. It's just about the same.
yeah,
It's just
but
about the
I
same.
mean, there was little things, there was little comments and stuff that were made in the first episode, and I was like, oh yeah, like that was pretty cool, like how they brought it together. But in general, like honestly, like I'm not watching the second episode.
Jason X Cross says my whole town looks like a corpse that died in the 1950s. Where are you from, homie? That's a terrible thing to say about your hometown.
A corpse?
It looks like a corpse that died in the 50s.
Nah,
Tim
but it was.
Tilson. Yes,
I mean,
it's bad. It's bad. And then Brian Crosby says, "Why put Jackie and Kelsey together? She did not get that far, dude. She did not even watch that part because she just didn't care." Yes. So we're gonna call it a fail on and move on and talk about.
I mean, if they want to talk about it, if they have like something to say, to rescue it. No, and then another thing, we didn't mention this: demographics in the 1990s in
Oh yeah,
Wisconsin.
yes, they did not look like that.
No, and I was looking for the other, Latino kid. Usually they have a Latino kid. They didn't have one. And I'm
We
like,
didn't get a call on this. We didn't get a
I was
call
like,
from the.
wow, I guess we
Yeah,
are on the Mexican neighborhoods. We didn't make it there. We
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
afford houses. We couldn't afford houses still.
I mean,
So
you had to have somebody, like do your landscaping. Come on, so
I'm not a fan of the show. And I
nah.
for me to sit down and watch a show is almost impossible.
Yeah, it takes some. Yeah.
Yes, but yes. So with that said, I'm gonna move on to the Last of Us,
No,
which we
no, no, no. We have
promoted.
to talk about
What?
Brandon. You didn't say that you remind you of that what happened in DCW.
Oh
But I don't know.
yes,
Well,
yes,
I,
yes.
I am gonna play that. So I didn't put this thing, but uh, I'm playing right now for them the
Yeah.
video when Brandon has to get escorted out by the security, I guess, because they were throwing things at him.
Yeah.
He got pretty intense. And one thing that I gotta say, it's he kind of he was speaking in Portuguese, and he was saying that he was kind of apologizing for beating his hometown hero, the hometown hero, and
They
then
don't care.
like the people just started booing because they thought that he punched him, like he it was an actual punch. There was a
Poke.
billion.
Yeah, that
He
poke the
didn't poke
eye.
his eye, and he didn't. It was an actual punch. It was really, it was really on the eye. But then, being Mexican and all, and fighter who just had like adrenaline going through his body, he then said, "Soy mexicano, perros," and that really made everybody erupt. But
All
I
right,
think
let's
I
play.
think that's just part of the passion. I mean, the guy just beat the dude that had his number for a while. So
I mean, it was 4 fights, guys, and they needed to do this to like legitimize the title, right? Which is kind of cool. And I think what people were so upset is because it was a doctor stoppage. It wasn't like a TKO or a KO or a decision, and it was in the guys' home, right? And I mean, it is what it is. People are gonna hate, and I mean, if you would have been there, you wouldn't be Brazilian. You wouldn't care if the person is apologizing.
yeah,
You just took their champion, right? You just beat him up. You like make him do nothing, and and of course, so like when he's talking and he's doing that, I mean, he's Brandon is always really proud, very proud of what he's done, and he's worked so hard to be where he's at right now in the UFC. I was telling Anakin, I was like, if he started from the bottom, now he's here, he's rich.
yeah.
Now he is
Well, he
rich. I
opened his
mean,
OnlyFans too yesterday. So
what?
Okay, yeah, okay. You didn't know that. Okay, so
No.
he said he was not gonna do any sexy stuff. By the way, if you want to see some sexy stuff, please go to patreon.com/Thunder Rosa. There will be a lot of sexy stuff there. I'm pretty sure.
There's a
Uh,
lot of meat now, guys. There's a lot of meat going on, you know. It's not you don't got the skinny fit girl. It's like real Mexican right now.
so he said after like he posted a video that he's gonna do on OnlyFans, and he said he's not gonna do any sexy stuff, but he's just gonna get paid. I mean,
You
and
never know,
and,
no,
and
like all the
but what I see, what I think is this, and the reaction on Twitter or whatever on social media was that they thought that he would, he was being that why he got so upset because he starts screaming, "Soy mexicano, perros." That dude is a fighter, and I know everybody wants to see him like a baby face, but the dude beats other dudes for money. So if he gets intense, that's just part of his nature. And you confront him with a hundred
sorry, sorry.
thousand people, what would you expect?
Well, it's just that's the problem though. Like, and that's what you just had a fight. You just like where the adrenaline people are interrupting you. It's like cutting a promo, guys. It's like he felt how people feel in like real life.
He turned heel
So yeah,
after
he turned heel,
after
and
winning
that's
the belt. That's crazy. Good for you, Brandon.
yes. Hey, don't talk shit. Jason X Cross, he's like, zombie movies are like crack to me. Plus, these zombies are fungal infected. Wait, because I have a lot to say about the show. I actually really like that show. I'm talking about Brandon right now. So, yeah, guys. So, Brandon won. Now he's the champion. He got scored like with a bunch of people because he was going to get murdered
Well, they
by the
threw. They
people in
threw. I
Brazil.
mean, he got dangerous. There were some stuff that they threw at him. They bounced off the floor, and that means they has weight, right? Because if
Well,
he
yeah.
yeah, because if he had just like fall and spill like beer stuff like that, that means that whatever. But
No,
some of the
they
things
would have
actually
riot.
bounced back. So
They would have riot. I mean, good for the
he
people
dropped the
to.
belt too. Like he had to just like take it off and keep running.
No, it was like good for the security for
Yeah.
taking him out and it's a heat of the moment. People are mad. People wanted their hero to win. You guys, what your hero was taken down, kind of like what happened to Superman in the movie, and that's what happened. So, congratulations, Brandon, for your win and for being the undisputed featherweight champion of the UFC.
Right. Right.
How
Right.
about
Right.
that?
Okay, guys. So just as a reminder to subscribe to Patreon, like I just said, if we get to 250 patrons, Thunder will raffle off and sign a personalized unrivaled Thunder Rosa figure. And if we get to 500, you will get one of these. Hold on.
Don't throw it.
You get one of this.
There you go.
The light
You
is too
get it
intense on this thing.
signed. I probably have some special pictures. I'll throw some pictures in there. Um, I'm working on my website, guys. We are coming up with new merchandise that is not Thunder Rosa, but it's Thunder Rosa, kind of, sort of. So wait for that. And it's going to be limited edition. Everything that we'll be doing will be limited edition.
Yeah, if
So,
you want to be proud and show that you are part of the Thunder Army. Oh, no, focus anymore. There you
yes.
go. If you're part of the Thunder Army, we're going to have some pretty cool merch that's going to come out. And next week, we're going to let you decide which design is going to go on a limited series of t-shirts.
Oh, yeah. Yes. We are working on some really cool stuff, guys. So thank you. And for the big Patreons, the ones that are in La Mera Mera, they put really good feedback on the merchandise I sent them last year. They got a really awesome magazine that very few people have, and they have only one of a kind pictures. I do a lot of Polaroids that I only take one post, and I sign it and tell them what place it is. Very personal. This year, because it's so exclusive, we might get the mugs with their names,
Oh,
with
that's
some
true, yeah.
special design. It's gonna be super awesome. So if you join, you get to talk to me personally once a month, and it's pretty dope. Like the people that we are in this little group, we know each other really well,
And
and I appreciate them very much.
and finally, when we break 1,000 patrons, one of the patrons, will get invited to a Mission Pro Wrestling show, and will be featured on the blog, and it will have their own. Yeah, it will be a guest on the Taco blog. But we have to break 1,000 patrons. So
Yes.
sign up right now. You can go right now. I can look at the numbers right now. No, I'm kidding.
5.99 starts at 5.99,
So that's
guys.
a
So
5.99. All right.
but yes, so we talk about. I know some people are still talking about the NFL. They're very excited about that.
Okay,
I
so I
know
see some people saying, does everybody think there was an eye poke? No, it was not. It was a punch. It was a really hard punch on the
it
eye.
was a punch. It came like this.
Actually, he could have broke his wrist. Just okay. Anyway, so it was not. It was not an eye poke. I mean, come on, guys.
Somebody's gonna put the review on in there. They're gonna say no, you're wrong.
Yes, of course. Please make us trend again. We haven't trended this week for some reason, so
We haven't. No, but
no,
I mean,
it's
it's
fine.
because
It's fine.
we've been pretty chill, guys.
Yeah, we'll be
Like
pretty relaxed.
just wait until I come back and let's come back to training. But again,
Okay, let's talk about the Oscars and then we
It's
talk
out.
about The Last of Us. The Oscars, they're gonna announce the nominations tomorrow at 8, and we'll have to wake up really early, have a cup of coffee. There are some predictions already out there. One thing
bro,
that
come on, Top Gun, Top Gun.
Okay, yes. Let's talk about this. Well, a couple of
Top
years
Gun?
ago, this is what happens. A couple of years ago, the Academy was going to create a special award for popular movies. And that got shut down immediately. So they are adding popular movies to the actual best movie nominees.
But Top Gun, from all the
Well,
movies that were made last year.
yeah, that's the movie that make the most money.
Okay.
So
The Fablemans, never seen it.
okay, so that's a
Banshees
Steven
and-
Spielberg movie about his family.
Never seen it. The bands,
The
Banshees
Banshees of Inisherin. I cannot say that.
Inishin.
Inisherin. Somebody correct my pronouncing.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. Tar.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. That movie should win. That is
I
an
gotta-
insane movie.
I gotta watch Elvis. I haven't watched it, but
Oh
I
my
have,
god,
there's
Elvis
mixed
was so
reviews.
bad. Oh my god, I hated that.
There's
movie.
mixed reviews about that one. All
I
Quiet
hate
on the West Front. Triangle of Sadness.
Have not watched it.
Women Talking.
He says that it's
The
pretty
Whale.
powerful. I will be watching it this week.
Next in line. Triple R.
Well,
Avatar.
these are movies that this section are movies that are not really there. They're not 100%. It's
Hey,
just
bro,
rumors.
If they have freaking Top Gun, they better have. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, on the chat. The Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Yes. No. We do this because we're Mexicans.
Oh no, we do this. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well. You know, one thing I feel it's just there's not enough time to watch all these things. But Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I think.
Who have seen that movie?
Who has seen that movie?
I've seen it like 3 times.
A lot of people. A lot of people were saying that they cried with the movie, so I'm
did.
expecting
I
a
did
lot.
cry.
You cried? Oh my god! I feel terrible. I have not watched that movie.
You know
I-
what? Just because McDermott said Brendan Fraser, which I will say he looks amazing. By the way, like he was my childhood crush when he was in The Mummy, and he came on this movie The Whale, where he plays a 600-pound or 1,000-pound. I think
I
it's
don't
600-pound
remember.
teacher,
he's
right?
Super overweight. Yes.
Super obese. So I'm gonna watch this movie
Obese.
just because Mike McDermott said that.
All right, Mike. See now see because we were gonna choose a movie this week, and
No, I
we're
watched
gonna
The Whale.
encourage everybody on the chat: Brent Ross, Jason, Travatis, Dave, Brian, everybody. Shokokog. I like that name. I don't know why it sounds cool. Everybody, we should all watch one movie. At least one movie. Okay, so tomorrow they're gonna announce the nominees.
Brian, shut up. We're not Black Adam for real. Black Adam.
Black Hat, bro, come on, man. We love The Rock, dude, but no.
Anakin went with me to the movies and he didn't remember we watched that movie. That's how bad it was.
Well, that's another
I
story with
think-
Brian.
and then there's another one. There's another one called I just watched it today. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
But do you think it's an Oscar deserving
No.
film? No. Why? Who makes this list? I think this is from Variety, so I'm sorry. Brenda Fraser, the caveman from Encino Man. What the hell? No. So okay. So everybody, we're going to watch The Whale, and we're gonna talk about it next week. That sounds cool? If if everybody in the chat can watch the movie, so that I don't know how you can get it though, but we'll figure it out. We'll post something, and we will talk about it next week. So tomorrow we're gonna have the nominations, and then we will talk about what movies we'll watch next week.
Bro, Dave Goldberg says Black Adam was worse than Baywatch. I want
No,
to.
no, that's just no. Come on. I mean, it was
Oh,
bad, but Baywatch
by the
was
way,
like, what the?
he didn't. Okay, next week, guys,
No.
and I've been wanting to talk about this one. So tune in on this one and share it. We're gonna talk about. You know what I'm gonna say, Tony?
Oh shit.
Sex videos.
We're
Uncut,
gonna talk about sex
raw,
tapes next week, so we're
sex
gonna
tapes,
get
yes,
demonetized as soon as we put.
I watch Pamela and Tommy.
terrible,
Pam and
terrible.
Tommy.
That's
No,
garbage.
we'll talk about it
Oh
next
my
week.
god, I
We're
hate
gonna
that.
talk about it next week. Shut up.
No,
I've
it's
been
bad.
wanting to talk about sex tapes for a while, but that's gonna be next week because I know you motherfucker, you guys, you
Okay,
guys.
thank you for the. Okay, another one, and that's it. We get no money from this stuff. Okay.
You guys are probably when some of the stuff came out, you went out on Pornhub or
Okay,
one of
he
those
was
sites and watched
asking
it.
if it was as bad as Baywatch. Okay, okay.
You're just like
you're,
lit that light, like you just lit the light, you just lit it. Sorry.
that's okay. Okay.
And let's see. I want to say hi to my friend Serena Renee. She say hi, Melissa. Hi. I'm just looking at your comments because I want to make sure I read them all. But yeah, so let's keep that in mind, guys. Next Monday, if your Monday is really crappy and you want to hear me rant about some of these awful videos that have come out, which I'm not gonna watch. I'm just gonna read the reviews and some articles. I think we should talk about this.
Well, they have launched careers, but that's where we're gonna be. That we're just gonna leave it. Next week, we're gonna talk about demonetizing the channel. Anyways,
No.
okay.
No.
Okay, so everybody, we're gonna watch The Whale this week. We'll talk about it next week. Finally, because Thunder has to do some parenting earlier tomorrow. The Last of Us. The Last of Us is a series set 20 years after a mass fungal infection sparked a pandemic and follows Joe, Pedro Pascal, a smuggler tasked with escorting the teenagers Ellie, Bella Ramsey, across a post-apocalyptic United States. The supporting cast features Gabriel Luna as Joel's younger brother, Tommy, and Anna Torv as Joel's smuggler partner, Tess. No, I do not get paid by The Last of Us. I just fucking love the show. Thank you.
Oh, somebody before we continue with that one, I was too young when Pam Anderson thing happened. Sex videos, George Santos in Brazil in drag a decade ago. Make sure you send all this information, guys, to my email, thunderrosa22@gmail.com.
No.
So, yeah, so I can get all this and do some research because I really want to talk about these things. It is important that we discuss how people's privacy was violated. But going back to,
Wow, I don't know how that the word important is, but sure, let's keep going.
yeah, The Last of Us. So
The Last of Us.
Gabriel Luna follows me on Instagram,
Your
and
homie,
he's a
Gabriel Luna.
big time wrestling fan. And I saw that he was, of course, touring all over the world because he's on a badass fucking show. And I was like, all right, I was exercising, doing my rehab, and then I stumbled upon the show, and I was like, wow. It was, I really enjoy it. Like, I watched how they created the first episode and stuff, and
You
I'm
watched
like,
after the show, they have
Yes.
those. That's pretty cool. I love that. I am blown away.
yes.
Jason Nemiroff. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce names properly. Mexican. So, Last of Us is so good, and I'm not a gamer. Yes, but let me say something about that. One of my really good friends, Fernando. He's a stand-up comedian now, architect before. He is like a gamer dude, and he used to play that, and I wouldn't play it because I wasn't into that at the time on video games. And
Would
but
he play in PlayStation or?
It's a PlayStation game, yes. And
Okay.
I didn't have a PlayStation at the time, or I forgot. I don't know. I was really I've been really into like GTA and stuff like that more. So the show looks like a better version of the video game. Like there's some shots, there's some moments, especially in this second episode when he's walking around with the flashlight. Oh my god, it looks so good, and it's the way they take that world and then they made it real because video games you have to have this certain it's a game so you get something out of it, right?
Hmm.
Like there's a reward at one point on a video game, and this is different because now you are only watching and you are part of the experience. But the way that they translated that, it's I mean I just really love the show. And one thing I gotta say, Pedro Pascal and your homeboy um,
Hmm.
Gabriel, this is what's happening, and I really like this. I didn't have to think that. I mean, their name is Miller, right? It's Joel Miller and Tommy Miller. I didn't have to think that they were Latinos or not. They're just two badass actors
Oh, I didn't
playing
think they were
badass
Latino.
characters.
Listen. They look brown. Pascal doesn't have an accent when he's like speaking. Like that's another thing, guys. Like I watched the after like after they make this stuff, and you can hear everybody's accent. Like the first girl, his daughter, she's from
British.
England, which is British, and I was like, what? But before I continue, I want to say hi to everybody saying hi. Yes, I know. Thank you for your well wishes that you missed me in AEW. But yes, so the show actually today I was thinking about. I watched the second episode and I looked out. They created the whole entire thing. And guys, just think about it. When I was working at Lucha Underground, when they were creating the sets, it was pretty dope because they have to create the sets differently for whoever was gonna be in the show, right? And I can't imagine how long they took them to create the sets for some of the stuff, and then the makeup for the zombies because these zombies are not like your. It's like they
Which
have
they already have that
brains.
done.
Yeah, they're like their brains are out, and then
No, it's just
this
it's the
part,
fungus
the
growing
fungus
out.
is disgusting. There was one scene that I watched on the second episode. You guys have to see it.
No
The
spoilers.
guy, like the zombie, gets closer to the girl, right? And then
Oh, dude, that is
he's like, he opens his
the
mouth,
million.
and
Yeah.
just imagine this is a fungus, and she just like, I was like, "Ugh." That was pretty fucking dope.
Oh man, and Anna Torv. It's so terrible that she died in the second. She's one of my favorite actresses. She was on this show called French. I one of the like coolest experience that I had is I watched how they film the season. I think it was the season finale for French season two, and so they closed. I used to live in Vancouver, so they closed the whole street, and she was there, and Leonard Nimoy was. I have some photos on my Facebook. Leonard Nimoy was like in front of me, like right across the street from me, and she's such a great actress. I wish she had been on the show. I mean, I understand she had to die because the story. Yeah, we have because it's just two of them, but she's such a great actress, dude. Like I wish she gets a lot more shows. She's just great.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of people are discussing what kind of game systems they had. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I didn't have a system until I was like 20, but I used to play Super Nintendo. Nintendo, just the duck game,
Duck Hunt?
the duck
What?
hunt. Yes,
Who? Well, okay. Who plays that,
yes,
dude? Like that's
I did.
Mario, man. Come on.
Then
That's
Nintendo
game.
64. My neighbors used to have Nintendo 64, so I used to go to their house and play Nintendo 64. When the PlayStation came out, I stopped playing. Like I stopped playing.
No, you know what happened?
Yes.
I had a 64, and then I moved to PlayStation 2, and I only got my sister gave me a Nintendo Switch now, but PlayStation 2 was such a different because you could play movies and you could play like a lot of what I mean, like it wasn't the same thing.
Trevor is Black said HBO invested $90 million in
Oh
The
yeah.
Last of Us.
Yeah.
90 million.
Well,
That's why it
I'm
looks
not
like
gonna
that.
talk about those guys because I get mad because they cancel all my shows. But yeah,
Whatever.
they spend a lot of money on that.
Hey, Duck Hunt is awesome. See,
Who?
everybody's saying that it's
Come on,
awesome.
dude. You know it's not true. You're trying to get Thunder to like you. Come on, guy.
Donkey, what's it?
Donkey Kong.
What is it? Donkey Kong.
Oh well, I have that now on the Switch. By the way, some of you were asking for Thunder to play video games, and next month when
Okay,
she's
okay. If you
here,
guys want me, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna look at the camera straight to y'all. You want me to play games? Buy me the console, and I play stupid playing games for y'all because I do not. There's two things I don't do in life: watch long ass movies and play games. But if you want me to play games, then we're just here to entertain you. We'll play games.
okay. So you heard that. Next month on Thunder Rosa nights, on Thunder nights, we're gonna have a Thunder night game. Yes, that sounds good. Actually, we are going to have some guests on the show, starting in February. I have a couple of surprises already lined up. Talk to some people. I haven't told you though because I forgot to tell you. But
Of course.
we're also gonna have some people too that are like experts on their fields, right? So and we're gonna talk about how to get fit. We're gonna talk to a person that is a nutrologist. If we're gonna talk about mental health, we're gonna talk to a psychiatrist. So we're just gonna have people that just to have guests. Doctor Lucha Libre, thank you very much. Saludos. Did your own makeup for your mocap for AW5 Forever? If yes, how was it? Like your moves. If
I
you
didn't
did
do the
it,
moves. I didn't do that.
no,
No,
no.
they just did my. I don't know what they did. But I just know they
They
did
scan
something
you. They
else.
did the
Oh,
scanning thing.
they scanned me.
They
Yes.
did the scanning for you. Yes.
I
So
used to
yeah.
have a super. I used to have a Super Game Boy, but I was so bad at games. I remember I had a Walkman that had Tetris game on it, and I was hooked. I was like in middle school, and I used to play that shit all the time.
I got the Switch because when I was a kid I got for a Christmas. It was a whole event thing. It was a whole thing that happened in our family. I got the Game Boy, the original one, the huge one, with the green screen. The Game Boy was this big, and the screen was like this, like.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And the buttons were all like super stiff.
If Pepe says, "Why you hating on Duck Hunt, Tony?"
Dude, it's not a game. You know what?
Shut
I'm
up,
gonna be
man.
honest. My dad was really good at Nintendo, like really good. Like he will beat Mario with one life. Like he will not get killed. He will just.
That's
He was insane, and then he will go to like level 60 on Duck Hunt and never let me play. So that's why I have childhood problems. Thank you. Um, so
all right,
I
guys.
had the Game Boy, and I only got the Switch because they came out with Link's Awakening, and so now they redid it, but with like super cool graphics, and that's what I'm playing now. So that's the only reason why I got the Switch.
I don't play anything. I just act like I
She
know
will
what
though.
you
She
guys are
will.
talking about,
She
but I
will.
will play because you guys want me to play.
Sony
Did she
Walkman
just
cassette
call a
player.
game? Hold on. Did she just call a Game Boy a Walkman, or did they really? No, they he had a Tetris built on the
Yes,
Walkman. I swear to God. And I used to
but
play
it was
my
not a Walkman
Alanis
like.
Morissette
Yeah, yeah.
cassettes.
I said Brent Ross says I love Link's Awakening. Dude, it's the game, man. That gives you more what's it
And
called? That in
I don't.
the 90s show. More nostalgia than the 90s show.
And you know what, guys? What it gives me more excitement is that next week we're gonna talk about sex tapes.
Oh Jesus Christ.
and well, I just want to thank everybody for being super chatty, for dropping some knowledge and dropping so money, for being here on our first show. It was a lot of fun. See, I think like the hour went by fast because um, we were not fighting about who your favorite wrestler of the week was.
Yeah.
You have to hear me bust it open though.
That's
We're
on
gonna be busted
Fridays.
open here. Yeah,
Okay, guys,
but
remember to share, like, and subscribe to our channel and get a membership. They start at $1, and it does give you access to early access to videos. Right now, we have 4 videos that are members only. Right now on the channel. Thunder. Before we go, so we are going to watch The Whale. Remember, we
Yeah, the
that the
whale.
movie. Okay, and so that 90s show. Give it an opportunity. Love it or hate it.
Also, don't forget to watch
No, I'm asking.
Dynamite
I'm asking.
Rampage.
Is it you're gonna give an opportunity to that 90s show? Do you love it or do you hate it?
Nah. Everybody's like, nah. And don't forget, again, don't forget to watch my vlogs. Okay, you talk about sex, movie, watch pleasure. I don't know. That sounds too much for me. But don't forget to watch Rampage, Dynamite, and Busted Open on Fridays. Subscribe to Patreon. And just, you know what, just support Thunder Rosa and the brand. It's been awesome 7 months, and we're doing new stuff. So wish me luck. I will be moving pretty soon, and you won't see this in the back. The background will change a little bit, so be ready for that.
Okay, everybody, please share on the comments what you want to see on this show. Please flood the comments. Just put a lot of comments there. And what subject you want to see in the next show. All right? So, and also, what kind of things you want Thunder to react on videos?
If it's the more stupid, the better. Just FYI.
Yeah, no more wrestling videos for Thunder Rosa to react to. That's what she's saying. If you want her to react to something in particular that cannot be monetized, just, just send us
we'll
a
put
couple
it
of
in.
tips
We'll
there.
put it in Instagram. We'll put it on Instagram so
All
you
right,
guys can
all
see
right.
it.
All right, so it's time to go.
It is time to say. It's time to go. Please make sure you say hi to the homies and tell your grandma I say hi and I like birria. I'll see you guys next week.
Bye.